Trap the ball. Also, can you feel me? We're bringing it down. All right, so do not mind my look. I'm actually here to exercise. Someone recently asked in my comment section how working moms manage their time with their children here in the UK. And today, looking at it, I am a mom of one, a mom of a 7 years old, but currently I have 3 kids with me. Yeah, I am a mom of 3, and I've been a mom of 3 for like 2 or 3 times now, and I'm going to be a mom of 3 tomorrow and next. So it's not something to scare you. It is not something difficult. It's something doable in this part of the world. You can't throw away your children, and you need to support your partner in order to eke out a means of livelihood to pay your bills in this part of the world. Yes. So, working moms, child minders, paying for child minding, getting a child minder is something that is very expensive. Yeah, it's but it is affordable. It is something a lot of couples they do it here. Yeah. So if you are a working class mom, it's either you are working opposite of your husband's rota, but sometimes it's a bit difficult, especially when both of you are in full-time employment, because full-time employment, each of you is required to do 40 hours in a week, So if you are doing 40 hours a week, each of you, your husband, and that means it's going to be difficult being there totally for your little ones. Don't mind my hair. I'm actually here for a workout, my evening workout, So the need to getting a child minder becomes important, like the children I got that have been staying with me and that will be staying with me tomorrow next. They've been last week once. They are both parents are working class, doctor and doctor, so they do 40 hours. But then before now, their granny was around. She spent 6 months here in the UK, but she's come back to Nigeria. Sorry, so it was a bit easier having your own person around, the grandma, somebody you could trust, But after she left, they contracted a child minder who disappointed them, um, and they were to be paying the child minder £600 in a month, and basically the child minder comes in the morning and goes by 6 p.m. But for my own understanding, paying a child minder monthly payment, it is out of it, like I suggested, because you don't work 7 days in a week, isn't it? And the child minder doesn't really sleep in your house, isn't it? It comes from certain time to certain time, and the person goes home. So basically, it is better if you are paying for child minding. It's better you do it on pay as you go basis, the day because working schedules here varies. Yes, because it's not like 9 to 5. Even doctors, they don't do 9 to 5. Some of them start work 12 o'clock in the afternoon, finishing 12 midnight. Sometimes they start 10 o'clock in the morning, finishing 10 p.m. Sometimes, it's something that starts like today. My husband is doing 8 to 8 p.m., just like their mom doing 8 to 8 p.m. And it's certain that their dad is doing 8 to 8 p.m. in a different city. That's why he's not home to take care of them, because assuming that their dad is off today, the kids wouldn't be at mine. But then there are certain child minders you could contract. Yes, because there is this English lady, a British lady, that does child minding for my friend who is a Nigerian. She has 2 kids, and they pay. It's pay as you go. She gets the services of the child minder the days she will be working, from the hours. Like, she's a banker, so basically she goes in the morning 9 o'clock, and then she goes to pick up her children at 4 o'clock or 4:30. And if the child minder is to give your children food, that means you have to pay for their meal. you know and it is better getting a professional child minder, someone that drives, because the Oyibo drives to the children's school, pick up the children, bring them back to her house. And in her house is a set up place where she has facilities, playing facilities for kids. She picks up, you know. And the same applicable to my friend that was into child minding business then in Oldham. It's close to Manchester. She is a German. She also told me that I can take up the business here because it's an easy business to start up, though you need some kind of certificate training, to register and start doing it. But you have to make the choice of staying, being available for the children. That is not what I want to go into now. So basically I will be telling you the hourly cost, what they can charge you per hour here. If you are getting a nanny to look after your children, is £9.81, and for babysitting is £8.81. That this is per hour charge. And if it is for child minding, is £4 something. And if it is the nursery, taking your children 0 to 3 years to nursery, you pay £5.60 or thereabout per hour. This is just the official rates you could get here. But then sometimes people of the same race, they tend to help themselves, just like what you see me doing today. I'm not charging for this, and basically it doesn't call for me to charge for it. Are you getting me? But in some cases, if it is a woman that is nursing a baby at home, and if the person agrees to be looking after your, this is like you having an understanding with someone of the same race or color with you. If you have an agreement and understanding with the person, if the woman agrees that you should be bringing in your own children, at every time you want to leave them behind, probably she might be charging you something lesser than the official rate they charge. I remember those years when I was in Bolton. I had this lady, she had a child, so she was basically home nursing her child. So a lot of Nigerians within that Bolton area that we were living then, they were bringing their little ones to this lady, and I think they were paying her £5 per hour. Yes, I could remember vividly. This was 8 years ago. She was charging them £5 per hour as at then. So now, if you have somebody, guys, I went to play ball. Don't mind me that I am pouncing. I went to play with the kids, So you could be, depending on the agreement you reach with the person, you could be paying the person something that is lesser than the, than the official rate they charge if you are to take your children or your child to a professional or to a registered child minder, babysitter, So it's something that you can do. Now, I'm not charging these people because this is not what I do, and I'm not staying at home. I'm basically not home. I'm not nursing no baby. Did you fall again? So it's not a business for me. I'm going back to work, sure. So it happens that someone, their child minder, disappointed them. So I decided to help them since I will be home in these 3 days, So this is the way it happens. The other day, Felix took something to them too, because I was at work, So you support one another when you find your place in places like this. Don't just abuse it, because I remember a friend of mine in Liverpool. Yeah, she opened up to most of her Nigerian friends, letting them know that she has the less busy times at work because she does night. But you know what? They started in fact, they let her do school run, child minding, and they can bring her. In fact, she said they were ringing her up all the time, even not asking if she was available for it. Can you go and pick up my child for me? And all these things was just free of charge. So you don't, if you find someone who is willing or open to do this for you, do not abuse it. It is very important. Do not take the person for granted. Do not bug the person, even when you know that you are chance to look after your children, or you take up a shift without even considering the person's timing. Because here you don't go to anyone's house without pre-informing the person. You call the person first. So they really abuse that. Was it privilege or opportunity she gave to them? And she decided to burn off all of them, which is not really right. I remember in this very country, once the school is over, you are expected to pick up your child, because even the teachers, they need to go home. You are not paying them extra. Yeah, sorry. So you are expected to do things right, and you don't have any reason not to send your child to school, especially if they are of school age, because the government takes responsibilities of everything here. So you don't have any reasons not to send your little one to school. You can't say because of work. So you plan it properly. If you work opposite of your partner, that's fantastic. You go to work when you're like, I know a lady in London. If he success precisely, she was doing nights. She even had a baby. I think her baby is getting to 1 year. It's nearly 1 year. But she went back to work. Though she has grown-up kids. Yeah, her first daughter is 16, but that notwithstanding, she used the night to go to work. So you can find a place that is very close to you, depending on the kind of job you want to take up. Because me now, I'm even looking around to getting a job that is somewhere very close to my house. If I happen to do a night shift, the night shift should be from 7 p.m. until 7 p.m. So 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. So 7 in the morning or 7:15, I'm in my house. I can still do my school run, come back and sleep, and then in the afternoon go back and get my boy. So you plan a lot of things here. Planning matters a lot in this part of the world. Whatever you are doing, you and your partner, your boyfriend, your husband, or your whatever, because whatever is allowed in this country, partnership is legal. So it's a whole lot. Even if you are a single mom, I've even met one of the single moms here recently. I was really amazed. She's a student. She's also working. She has a child. How is she doing all that? It's all planning. She has a 3-year-old and she's working part-time. She's doing her master's all by herself. So you can actually achieve a lot here on your own. So this is basically one of the reasons we try to, be nice. It's not really trying to be nice, because anytime you see a black person within your area, you want to know, you are eager to know more about the person. You are eager to be friends, with the person, because you never can tell tomorrow who would help each other. It's either you could be of help to the person and the person could be of help to you, because you might not find this kind of help among, the indigenes of this land, because they believe that you should get a child care, childminder, babysitter, nanny to take care of your child. And this is one of the reasons a lot of them prefer to have dogs, cats, pets, like snakes. My work colleague told me she inherited 2 snakes. She was going to show me the photos in her and videos in her phone. I said, no, thank you. I don't want to see snakes. Some of them prefer not to have children because of all this. So you dare not go to them and say, can you look after my baby for me for 1 hour, for 2 hours? No. So when you see blacks around you, don't just begin to ask, is he Yoruba? Is he Igbo? Is he Nigerian? Is he Ghanaian? You don't ask. All you want is just you just want a friend. You want a family here. My British Jamaican friends here, Somto's best friend, the mom, in fact, she has looked after Somto for like 3 times. But then the son has never been to my house, as in for me to look after the son. Are you getting my point? Because the need has not really arisen for her to bring in her little one, So basically, when you do goodwill as this, you don't need to charge money for it, because you never can tell who would help each other. You might be you, it might be her, So this is how it works. All right, I hope this video helps you a lot. Meanwhile, thanks so much for watching today. Please subscribe to my channel. Drop your questions if you have some more. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again in my next content. Bye for now.